Hey guys, what's up? My name is Speedbreaker, and as of this week we have successfully reached 10,000 subscribers on the channel. Now, to celebrate this absolutely huge number of awesome people that are following my content, I have decided to purchase myself a bit of a quality upgrade in terms of camera with which I film my videos. And in today's video, I'd like to talk about why I chose this specific model and how I hope that this will vastly improve and speed up my workflow. But before all of that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to you guys, the people who have subscribed to my channel and that watch all of my content day in, day out. You guys are truly amazing. So then, why did I decide to go with this specific camera and not with something else? Now, the probably most important criterion when I was looking for a new camera for my channel was that it had to be able to shoot in 4K and 60 FPS. And pretty much with that constraint, any other camera was kind of falling out of there because most cameras really don't support 4K resolution 60 FPS recordings. One big contender actually was the Blackmagic Pocket Camera 4K, so that's the new Blackmagic camera, but unfortunately it wasn't yet available in Switzerland and I really wanted to get a new camera for my 10,000 subscriber anniversary, and because it simply wasn't available I decided to go with something else. And obviously you've seen it in the intro, I went with the Lumix GH5. Now, obviously the GH5 isn't new or anything. I think it's been out for about 1.5 years now, so it's definitely nothing crazy. A lot of other YouTubers had the GH5 and probably already switched to a new model, but considering that I was a bit on a tight budget, I didn't want to spend $2,000–3,000 on this camera. And considering that this very camera was actually on offer for $1,400, I pretty much just pulled the trigger because at that price point, you really couldn't get any other camera that was able to shoot at 4K and 60 FPS. Now, another huge reason why I went with this model was that I already had a Canon EFS lens, so I could just use this Comlight Micro Four Thirds to EFS lens adapter and didn't have to buy an expensive lens on top of the somewhat expensive body. Of course, this isn't yet the perfect solution. This lens is a 18–135mm lens at a variable aperture, and therefore if you zoom in, the image gets a bit darker, and down the line I'll definitely have to invest into another lens which will have a fixed aperture, which is actually lower than or higher than this one here, such that I have a better blurry field of depth. And that also allows me to actually then zoom in without losing brightness. Now, another huge reason why I went with the GH5 was that it allows me to directly connect the camera to the computer via a USB 3.1 Type-C cable. Now, this is actually huge because it allows me to directly on the computer monitor the video so I can see if everything is in focus. I can change all of the settings such that I don't actually have to reach up to the camera or go behind the camera and change the settings. And it also allows me to start and stop the recordings directly from the computer. And finally, the videos that I'm shooting here are directly transmitted onto the computer without having to kind of unplug the SD card and put it into my computer. Everything is just completely seamless. Now, another very important feature of this camera is its full HDMI output, therefore allowing me to use it as a webcam. Further, I will be able to directly hook up a microphone into the camera and therefore won't need to manually sync up the microphone and the video in post. Now, the camera that I used to shoot my videos on was the Canon GX7 PowerShot Mark II, and it was actually a pretty decent camera considering its form factor. It was able to record 60 FPS at 1080p, but unfortunately this camera had a few flaws which made working with it rather cumbersome. So for once, I couldn't hook up a microphone directly to the camera, so I would always have to synchronize the audio manually. Second of all, I couldn't exchange the battery once I had it on my tripod because then the battery shaft wouldn't go open. And finally, transferring the videos from this onto the computer would always take a lot of time because I had to use the USB 2 connector here, which is obviously very slow compared to USB 3. Now obviously this camera supports many more awesome features, such as being able to connect multiple SD cards to it. It's great 5-axis stabilization, which I guess I won't be using too much because I'm usually always shooting on a tripod. Of course, I know that the autofocus might not be the best in the industry, but to be honest, in this scenario I would always use manual focus anyways. And that's actually another huge reason why I went for this setup over my old camera, which is I also always used manual focus on this one, but I really couldn't tell if I actually was in focus. And now with this solution, I'm able to monitor myself on my computer here, and I can directly see if I'm in focus or not. But that about sums up today's video, guys. I just wanted to quickly let you know that I have made a huge upgrade in my setup and that you can expect much better video quality on my channel. Of course, this is the first video that I'm shooting on the GH5, and therefore the video might not be perfect yet. But I really hope that the image quality is much improved over my old Canon GX7. Now, of course, if you're interested in any of the products that I featured in this video, then you can find them in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you're interested in a follow-up video on the GH5 with like the best settings for video shooting, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and once again a big thank you to the 10,000 awesome people that have subscribed to my channel. You guys are awesome. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video.